One got knocked down, he won't get up again. The other went knocked him down. One got knocked down, and now he's fucking dead. The other went knocked him out. Combo breaker!
There's an art to making the final boss. They have to be the most threatening thing a gamer's ever seen. They've got to bring nothing but anger and annoyance with their cheap-ass moves, high knockback, and super ridiculous combos. And that's right, today we have two of the best most obnoxious final bosses to fight of all time. If you haven't guessed it by now, our fighters today are Asriel Dreammur, the god of hyperdeath, and Tabuu, the lord of the subspace. Tabuu. He's a bright blue person thing with a weird ass wings, and you know what? He's really weird. I don't know what he is. Let's move on to his powers and techniques. Tabuu can fly, manipulate light, warp fucking reality, and teleport. And whenever he teleports, he leaves a fucking explosion where he last was, in case his teleportation wasn't cheap enough. He can also manipulate his size to grow incredibly large, and manipulate energy as well as shapeshift. He can also create universes and even use heat vision, and he can even manipulate the frickin' battlefield. Now, he does come equipped with a few badass special moves. With Shark Blade, Tabuu can turn into a large blade in the shape of a shark and fly forward and slice his foes. With the Golden Bracket, he turns into golden brackets and grabs his foes and throws them straight down with extreme force. He also has the Chains of Light that can be used to manipulate foes. He also has a giant energy shuriken. And his most frustrating attack of all is, well, it's the Off Waves. It's basically a series of giant waves that knock foes back with such great force and does so much substantial damage, it's pretty much instantly gonna kill you, unless you're some ridiculous multiversal threat. He has a huge hack move that I don't know what to call it. I just like to call it the trophy beam, where he sends out a giant shockwave that can turn any living thing into a statue. Now, Tabuu is ungodly strong. He's the embodiment of the subspace, and when he dies, it destroys it. He can easily put down Master Hand, who created the Smash Brothers universe, and his attacks can turn the entire Smash roster into freaking statues. Now, Tabuu's also ridiculously fast. He easily chained up Master Hand, who's capable of flying through universes in seconds, and his teleportation allows him to be anywhere he wants at any time. He's also pretty damn defensive. He's blocked attacks from Master Hand with no effort at all, and he's the total embodiment of the subspace, making him a ridiculously powerful and defensive foe. Tabuu is also a genius. He's easily capable of manipulating Master Hand and commanding armies to take over the Super Smash Bros. Universe. But he's not flawless. His wings can be destroyed, which will delay the usage of his more powerful attacks, and while his attacks are heavy-hitting, they can leave him open and be predictable pretty often, actually. Undertale. I don't understand why this game is so beloved, but it's a very popular indie game, and honestly, I try to stay away from using Undertale characters because they're complicated, but this is just too cool of a match to pass up. So let's talk about this game's final boss, Asriel Dreammur. Asriel can fly, manipulate time and the battlefield, and he can erase timelines and manipulate and absorb energy. He can also manipulate souls and warp fucking reality. Oh, and he can also, manipulate matter, and he can even use magic. He's actually completely immune to time paradoxes, and he's immune to ridiculous amounts of damage thanks to his godhood. He's actually immortal due to this. And he can nullify powers and even absorb souls. Now, Asriel does have a few cool attacks to mention, like he can use fireballs to attack and even make large energy swords. He can also summon transdimensional lightning bolts, and he has this large goat skull called the Hyper Goner, which pretty much destroys timelines and anything that gets caught in it. But Asriel's strongest move is by far the Angel of Death transformation. When he goes into this, it forces the opponent to stand there unable to move and attack as Asriel rips them to pieces. Now, Asriel is actually pretty damn strong. He trumps over his previous form being Godflowy that can easily trade blows with Frisk, and he can even destroy and create entire timelines with ease. He's also ridiculously fast, as he's able to dodge attacks from Frisk, and thanks to the ability to alter time, he's pretty much unmeasurable in speed. And he's ungodly durable too. I mean, his stat readings say infinite defense. He actually cannot take physical damage, and pretty much most means of combat are ineffective against him. Now, Asriel is incredibly clever, being able to manipulate many of the game's characters into doing exactly what he wants, even across different timelines. And due to living out almost every possible outcome and knowing exactly what certain individuals will do, he's damn near unstoppable. Now, he is not perfect. A kind soul with enough determination can reach out to him and make him remember who he once was, and he's even weak against murderous intentions. but he's immune to all forms of physical damage, so you're gonna have to find some bullshit hack's way around it. Asriel is floating through the universe when Tabuu appears in front of him. Tabuu's wings release. Asriel launches a fireball at Tabuu, teleports behind him, and wraps his laser whip around his neck. Asriel summons two large, weird-looking cannons that blast at Tabuu, launching him back. Asriel then floats over and slashes him diagonally across the chest with his energy blades. Tabuu grows to a tremendously larger size and fires eye beams at Asriel, who dodges and launches a large, brightly colored lightning bolt and strikes Tabuu. Tabuu shrinks back down to normal and teleports all around Asriel, leaving clones that explode all around him. As Tabuu turns into two glowing brackets, grabs Asriel and throws him straight down at the first explosion, knocking him between all 20 teleportations. Tabuu then creates a giant energy blade whip and throws it at Asriel and pulls him in close. Tabuu then launches out a giant shockwave at Asriel, launching him really far away. Tabuu then launches out one final shockwave that hits Asriel, and Asriel starts turning into a trophy. As Asriel starts to turn into a trophy, he snaps his finger. The timeline resets. Asriel is floating through the universe when Tabuu appears in front of him. Tabuu's wings release, and he goes to attack Asriel, who shoves his energy blade straight through him and splits him in half. Asriel laughs as Tabuu vanishes out of existence. Damn it! Our winner is Asriel Dreammur. This match was close, like stupid close. Tabuu and Asriel both clock in at multiversal threats with reality warping powers, and their speed is technically in Asriel's favor and measurable, but Tabuu's massively faster than light speeds and teleportation will allow him to keep up with ease. But what this match really comes down to is the hacks and special powers, abilities, and even special attributes of each character. So Asriel is actually immune to all physical damage. This means he must be killed by some sort of by reaching out to his soul or some hacks type bullshit. Well, Tabuu is kind of a genocidal maniac that wants to tear apart the Super Smash Bros. Universe, so the whole reaching out to his soul as a kind person thing is completely out of the picture. Now, Tabuu's only chance at victory will be his trophy attack, but Asriel's timeline powers will allow him to get around this with quite ease, actually. The trophy thing isn't instantly, as we see the Smash Bros. Characters turn into trophies, yes, quickly, but they aren't instantly turned into them. They are turned into them over time. And Asriel's speed is quick enough that he could reset the timeline and start the match over. So, because of time hacking bullshit, our winner is Asriel Dreammur. Next time on Combo Breaker. You know, there's been some pretty crazy shit that people have come up with to stop the heroes in comic books. But today we've got the two most ridiculous shit you've ever seen going to the most ridiculous things ever created to stop a hero. That's right, our next match is Weapon H versus Doomsday. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and put in the comments what you think of the next match, who you think will win, why, anything you got. I'd love to see what you guys put.